Good morning, Jets Nation. How are we feeling? We finally got our guy. The Jets yesterday gave us two surprises. One, we signed our center back. We got Connor McGovern. I would assume it's going to be a one-year deal. And when I found that out, I was happy. I was very happy about it. I would have liked to see Ben Jones come in. Something tells me that he's got a little animosity towards Carter. I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's his injury concerns. Maybe he's contemplating retirement, but I feel like we would have gone after him harder. And I thought that was going to be the big news yesterday, but apparently JD had something else up his sleeve yesterday, and he finally, like we all know now, got Aaron Rodgers. The trade is done. Finally, he did the pick swap. I know a lot of us thought there was going to be a pick swap, or they were going to do a second-round pick package. We got a little bit of both. I know a lot of people aren't happy about it, but after hearing what Connor Hughes had to say, it sounds like he's going to rework the contract a little bit, and that's going to make it worthwhile. I personally, I'm surprised to see pick 42 in there with the pick swap. I thought we were going to do like a pick swap and a fourth round maybe with a conditional second next year, but what we ended up giving up was the 13, 42, and 207, which is a six-round pick for this year, and then a 2024 second that's going to become a first when Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps, which I saw a theory yesterday that we're just going to go up big every game and sit Rodgers so we can develop Zach, which I think is absolutely hilarious and it would be the ultimate screw you move. But I would have to say that that's what's going to happen. But we ended up getting back the 15th pick, obviously, with the pick swap. And we got back pick 170, which is a fifth rounder. There's no consolation prize if Rodgers retires after next year. However, like most of us already thought, the news that Connor Hughes said yesterday was they expect him for 2 years, maybe 3. And I heard a rumor that he's reworking his deal to be a 4-year deal, which obviously there's going to be some void year, I would assume. But I think we're going to have Rodgers for a couple years, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing because that's what a lot of us were hoping for, that it wasn't just a 1-year rental. Nobody wants to give up a first. However, if this all goes according to plan, it's not a first, it's a glorified second-round pick. I would love to give away 32. That's what I want to do next year. I want to give away our 32nd pick. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what we're all hoping for. So I refuse to be upset with the compensation because of that. I mean, if this all goes according to our plans, we're going to win a Super Bowl out of this. So for those of you that are upset that we had to give up a first-round pick, don't be. I mean, if you really believe in this system and what has been created by JD and Saleh and even Woody, man, I got to give Woody a little bit of a round of applause because he catches a lot of crap, but he's always paid for whatever he wants. He just doesn't know his football decisions, so he should just stay out of it. And I think for the most part he did. I never bought the stories of him pushing JD's hand, or saying no. He said from the start of off season that he knows that we are a quarterback away, and he went with JD and got his quarterback. And this is probably the greatest move the Jets have ever made, and it's going to prove to be that because even though a lot of people are saying, actually, you know what, I lied. A lot of Packers fans are saying that Rodgers is washed and they're happy to get rid of him. They're going to miss him by week 8 next year. They're going to really be sitting there thinking about that. Personally, I think Jordan Love is going to be okay. I don't know if he's going to be a successor to 33 straight years of Hall of Fame quarterback play, but I think they're going to ultimately be okay. However, I know that we're going to be okay for the next couple of years. I always thought that this was going to be at least a 2-year deal. I didn't ever think that he was only going to come in for 1, and even after the decades of our awful play, for the most part, give or take 2 seasons 12 years ago, I take the 1 year. I don't care. I just want to see us win something. And at this point, I think anything short of a Super Bowl is not enough, my personal opinion. However, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this trade is. I guess the Jets are picking up 58.3 and converting that to the signing bonus, which is going to create 43.7 million in cap space. Rodgers counts for 15.7 million of the cap space. With the reworked deal, what that's going to do, it's going to free up enough room to get Q's deal done before OTAs and minicamp and training camp, which is now the next thing that's on the clock. We got the draft, and as soon as the draft is over, I expect to see Q get his extension. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 5-year, 25 million a year type of deal, and I think he deserves it. Like, I don't even care. Just pay the guy. We don't ever re-sign our homegrown talent. Who was our last one that we signed? Muhammad Wilkerson was the last homegrown guy we signed, and he fell off a cliff immediately after. Quinnen's not that guy, man. He's a very good dude. Like, he's had a from the bless you to the, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, all right? Did he get a gun charge when he first came here? Because the poor dude didn't know that he couldn't have a carry permit from where he came from. But I remember something like that happening, and it raised some eyebrows. And since then, Q has been the model player for this franchise. I mean, he's just a model player. I mean, he's what you want from a star player. Him and Sauce, actually. Sauce Gardner is really that guy too. It's good to see. Like, our culture changed in what seems like overnight, and we've developed a winning persona. Even though we haven't had a real winning season in a long time, the demeanor of the team has changed, and I think that's going to go a long way this year. You got guys actually recruiting for us every single offseason. CJ Mosley, he can't rework his deal until, I think, 12 months after his last rework, which was in September last year, I think. Don't quote me. But I think he's going to do something for it too. I really do. I look at Carl Lawson. I look at Corey Davis and Whitehead. Either one of them's going to be gone, or they're going to be reworking their deals. And originally I thought Corey Davis was going to be involved in one of these packages, but I know the Packers wanted him, and that may be because Rodgers wanted him. So they might keep Corey on the roster as well. And if they do, I would really expect them to rework that contract. As far as the draft goes, now we get 2 picks in the top 50. Top 43, really. I think I've seen a lot of trade back scenarios. I don't know who's going to come up to 15 to pick up anybody. I mean, this is a kind of a lower grade draft. You don't have a lot of blue chip talent in it. There's a lot of guys that could be impact players in a minimal spectrum, I'll say. Originally, I thought we were guaranteed to go with an offensive tackle at 13. And I think we still could end up with Broderick Jones, maybe Paris Johnson. I don't see Skoronski being there. Or we could go for BPA, which I would say would be JSN or Cansey. I think the Packers want JSN. I think that's who they're going to go for. It's my guess, based on the other content creators that I watch, like, religiously, like Buffalo and Matt O'Leary, Ryan, and Jake Asman, Green Bean. Those guys, I'm not a huge draft guy. I've said it a couple times. Like, I'm not good at picking prospects, but I trust all those guys' opinion, and it's really it helped me study a little bit. But maybe if the 3 offensive tackles and Cansey aren't there, maybe they fall back a little bit. I don't know, but I think that's the realm of our 15th pick. Then we're gonna jump. We gotta jump up to the 43rd pick, and I think depending on what we do with 15, it's gonna be a center, or it's gonna be a defensive tackle. I guess that kid from North Carolina, the wide receiver. I don't remember his name. Maybe if he's available, we'll pick him up. But I think it's going to be offensive tackle or defensive tackle for 15 and 43. Whatever we don't do there, we'll get offensive line as in center or defensive tackle. So those two picks are going to coincide, I really think. Round 4 and our 2 round 5 picks, I'm expecting wide receiver, linebacker, maybe safety. Personally, I think Tony Adams is going to be our guy. That's their. I mean, Will Parks. Will is a journeyman, but I love that guy. Like he's fun to watch, you know, and he's fun to watch on Twitter too. But hopefully we'll re-sign Quan. But at the same time, I'm also really interested to see what Javian Sherwood does. He's been under Mosley's tutelage for the last year or so, and I think if he can stay on the field, he might be the successor to him. So they might want to put him in, give him more reps, honestly. So Tony Adams and Javian Sherwood are the 2 guys that I'm most excited to see that aren't on the higher spectrum of our depth charts right now. Those are the 2 guys that I really am interested in. But I'm really happy. This is a great time to be a Jets fan. We haven't seen anything like this really since I've been a fan. I've been a fan since 99, 2000, you know. It's been 2 decades of brutality for us, you know. We had our 09 season, we had our 2010 season. I really think that this is going to lock us up for that Monday Night Football matchup, September 11th against the Giants that we've all been talking about, or some of us have been talking about. I really like that pick. I would really hope that would that's just an instant revenue maker right there. But I also would expect to see our Thanksgiving game this year against Dallas. Rodgers against Dallas again would be a fun one to watch. We're going to definitely have our 5 max primetime games, and we're probably going to get flexed around December and January. I mean, I don't see how they aren't going to do that. We're historically bad in primetime games, though, guys. I think that our roster now is built for it, though. And I'm really, really excited. Like, I was excited last season because I thought we were going to do good. I mean, I'm not a huge bettor as far as long bets. I'll bet every week on the games, but on player stats. However, I'm thinking about actually dropping a couple bets before the season begins, because last time I looked, I think we had a over 9.5 win total for the year, but I don't remember when I looked, like 3 weeks ago. I looked at the schedule again yesterday. If we split all of our division games, we could still pull out 11, and that's with losses to Kansas City and the Eagles. My hope this year is that it's Jets-Eagles in the Super Bowl, because I just want to beat them. We haven't won in the regular season against them in our history, and it would be amazing to beat them in the Super Bowl and break that streak. We broke so many streaks last year, things that we haven't been able to do in years, and I think we're really on the right path to do something beautiful for us all to see. Really looking forward to this season. Yeah, it's a happy day, Jets fans. And something I gotta say before I get out of here is this: our whole fan base is like a giant army. I love it. It is like being in a brotherhood of people that have been beaten up their whole lives. And anytime that there's adversity towards one of us, you just get all of us together. And that's where I got the name for this, the Green and White Militia, because we are really just an army of one. And I love to see it, because nowadays you don't get those weird bonds with people without something coming along with it. And for us, all we want to come along with it is this. We want this, what's about to happen this season. This is so exciting, guys. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you guys have a good week. I will see you guys for the draft. I'm going to make a couple of videos, but I'm probably going to be tuning into Matt, Ryan, Greenby, and everybody else, plus Jake. I look forward to that. Every big event is the